Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. Today's video is going to be another episode of the Watch Pile. This is episode 10. I did actually record episode 10 already, but if you've seen my previous two videos, I think I explained. I shot half of it and I was fine. Didn't get to finish the film, so I couldn't film the second half of the video. And by the time I had finished the film, the following day I was full of a cold. I did film the second part of the video then, but it was awful because I was just so full of a cold, and I just thought it just wasn't worth editing together to upload. I just thought I'll just talk quickly about that film first, which I have already spoke about in my weekly watches. So if you've seen that, it's not a spoiler as to what the film was. And I'll just use the same now for films that were chosen for the original episode 10 and do it again. Luckily we had enough, and then it'll be back to normal next week properly. So the film I did get to watch was A Clockwork Orange, which, as I said in the last my weekly watches, was picked by Stuart and Nikki, so thanks for picking that both, because I thought it was a fantastic film, very well made film. As I said, very controversial, but echoes today's society quite a bit with the youth and ultra-violence and trying to reprogram people, that sort of thing. Malcolm McDowell was fantastic, just a very well-made film, and I had Stanley Kubrick written all over it, and I can definitely see why it was banned for so many years, because of how controversial it is. I don't think it should have been banned, but I can understand why it was. But yeah, I'm glad that I finally got around to watching this. Another classic under my belt. Still a lot of classics that I need to watch, big ones as well. But there's time, I'll get to them eventually. That is A Clockwork Orange. That was what I watched originally. So to recap, these are the four other ones that were chosen. So we have Batteries Not Included, which Ash chose. I've got to try and remember right now. Or Don't Look Now, Roy chose, I believe. Blow, Paul Freeman chose in the YouTube comments. And Ghost Dog Way of the Samurai was one that Tim chose. So yeah, as I did originally in my last video, as I explained, I don't have access to my tablet at the moment. It's broken, so I'm gonna have to, and I'm not bothering getting it fixed at the moment because I don't really use it that much anyway. So gonna literally, they got them next to me, I'm gonna shuffle them randomly, grab my hand out and pick just one, and that will be the one that I watch and review. So I'm gonna move them around a bit now so it's fair, because I don't really want it spoiled as to what it is. I'm going to go for this one because I got my hands on it, and it is Don't Look Now. So this is the one that Roy chose. Yeah, I've heard mixed things about this. I think Roy really enjoyed it. I think it was Stuart that said that he didn't like it. He thought it was very boring. Just not a very good film. So I'm kind of split, because there are films that Roy really likes that I also really like, but then there's some that he doesn't like that I love. But I also love a lot of the same films that Stuart loves. We've got very similar tastes, so I don't know how I'm going to fall with this film. So it'd be interesting to see what I think. I think they'll find it interesting, both of them, to see my reaction of this. Donald Sutherland, Julie Christie, two fantastic actors. Yeah, 70s film. Been seeing a lot of 70s films recently. It's 110 minutes, so yeah, I will put this on now, and because it's not too long, I'd imagine that I'll be able to do the second half straight after, and it won't be tomorrow like it was last time. But yeah, Don't Look Now. So I'm going to give this a watch now, and then I'll come back to you once I've seen it and give you my thoughts, and we can show the next shelf, which is shelf 1 again, for next week. So yeah, be back in a bit. So I just got done watching Don't Look Now, Donald Sutherland, Julie Christie. Yeah, I'd heard really, really high praise of this film generally, that it was regarded as one of the best, like, sort of films of its kind. It says topped best British films of all time polls twice in a row. And it was okay. It wasn't. I didn't dislike it, I'll say that. I thought it was interesting. I thought Donald Sutherland and Julie Christie were both very good in it. But it did, for lack of a better word, bore me a bit throughout. It was a bit of a draggy film, I would say, for me. Very drawn out, and I could see with the conclusion where they were taking it, what the whole kind of themes of the film were, like grief and how parents cope with the grief of losing a child and that sort of thing, and the premonitions, that sort of thing. But yeah, it just didn't overall work for me. It's not one, like I said, dislike. It is one that I will rewatch again in the future, because you never know, opinions are always changing on things. And I could watch this 5 years down the line and really like it. Because, as I said, I wasn't fully engaged whilst watching it. It didn't have me hooked throughout. It did, like I said, bore me in bits. But I do believe that they did give good performances. It had a very creepy and chilling atmosphere to it, and it was a beautifully shot film. I don't know if they actually shot it in Venice, but it's set in Venice, and yes, it looks beautiful. And the 4K is excellent. Score's really good as well. I thought the score was nice fit with the film and the themes of the film very well. Yeah, it was okay. Don't Look Now was my watch of this week. So thanks, Roy, for picking this, although obviously I didn't like it quite as much as you did. But yeah, I will watch it again in the future, because I might get more enjoyment out of it by giving it a rewatch. But yeah, that's this week's Don't Look Now. So then, now we are going up to shelf number 1 again. As usual, I'll just have a brief run through in case there's any that will be a rewatch. And I've decided if there's any that are foreign, I'll tell you what the titles are so you don't have to translate it. So The Mummy, finger there, it will be the third one, and that will be a rewatch. And then above The Mummy, this one's German, is The Avengers with Ralph Fiennes, Sean Connery from 1998. Down. Predator, the first one, is not included because I've seen that, so it would be Predator 2, the next one that I would watch out of that. And this one here is called The Long Walk Home, I believe, with Whoopi Goldberg. And I think that's it. 48 Hours I've seen, so it would be another 48 hours. But other than that, that's positioning. Right, so yeah, so that's it for this week. Hopefully not too long. I think about just under 10 minutes, maybe just over 10 minutes. I don't really know. Need to edit them together, see how long it is. But yeah, that's it for this week. So next video that you'll see should be weekly watches again, on Sunday. Depending on if I think of anything, I may do an extra video between now, which will be Wednesday when you see this, and Sunday. Depends on if I get much free time and if I can think of a good enough idea for a video in that time. But that's it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, turn your notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded to the channel. Comment down below anything and everything. As you know, I always get back to anyone that takes the time to leave me a comment, because I really do appreciate it. Let me know down below your thoughts on Don't Look Now. What do you think about it, if you have seen it? And that's it. So until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.